Doctor Strange is a very curious character in the overall tapestry of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. His arrival was heralded by fans because they wanted to see him in action, especially since he was being played by fan-favorite actor Benedict Cumberbatch. His first movie, though, was in 2016, and he's only appeared in Thor Ragnarok briefly and the most recent Avengers movie in limited capacities after. Thankfully, things are finally changing as his second movie is coming next year, and by the looks of things, it's going to be quite the wild ride. Allow us to show you Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness news, details, and updates. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Creative differences. It's never a good sign when you have to start off something by talking about some of the problems that a movie has had. And no, we're not talking about the global pandemic changing the release date or the production of the film. Rather, we're talking about how the film underwent a director change that definitely altered the film in a major way.
So, we have a movie coming out on May 7th, 2021. Want to hear about that? All right.
C. Robert Cargill, who co-wrote the script for the first Doctor Strange film, expanded on the reason why Scott Derrickson and Marvel split for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. It was creative differences, Cargill confirmed, before elaborating further on why they didn't creatively align. Scott Derrickson wanted to do one movie, and Marvel wanted to do another movie. So he sat there and said, well, shit, I've got this great script that I wrote with Cargill, and I'm really proud of it. We were actually going to go out to the other directors for the black phone. Scott called me up and said, dude, I have to make this movie. It's gotta be my movie. I have to do this. Do you mind waiting until after I'm done with Doctor Strange 2? And he really wanted to bring me on to Strange as well. But in the event that it didn't happen, he was like, do you mind waiting? And I was like, you know what? If you feel this passionately about it, no. I'll wait a couple of years to make this movie.
Say hi to the director, Scott Derrickson.
Derrickson decided to depart Doctor Strange 2 because he and Marvel couldn't reach an agreement on the direction that the movie should take. Cargill noted that it wasn't an easy decision for Derrickson, but it did help that he had a project he could refocus his energy on. Scott's like, well, I can make this movie that I'm compromising what I wanted to do on, or I could make the black phone, Cargill explained. It was as he said publicly. It was a hard choice to leave Strange behind, but it made it easier that he had a movie that he was looking forward to. And the experience was just so great that we're just so proud and happy with what we made. More details noted that Derrickson wanted to make this a horror-style movie, hence the name of the film. And Marvel apparently didn't want to go that route. Those who know the history of the MCU know that this isn't the first time that this has happened. Patty Jenkins was supposed to direct Thor: The Dark World, but she too was stifled by creative differences by Marvel, and the joke was on them because Dark World is not beloved, while Jenkins went and made Wonder Woman, which is very beloved. And then Edgar Wright was supposed to do Ant-Man, and had done a lot of work on it, but Marvel rejected his ideas, and so it went to Peyton Reed instead. Sam Raimi is now the director on the film, and it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the film now. Doctor Strange.
I think you'll find our will equal to yours.
The real question about the Multiverse of Madness film is how this is going to be about Doctor Strange. Because if you recall the end of the first film, he basically assumed the role of the Sorcerer Supreme and took up residence as his Sanctum Sanctorum in New York, where he was in Infinity War when things hit the fan. And then he was part of Infinity War and Endgame, and helped set up everything for the final battle with Thanos. And according to Loki series head writer, things are going to get very interesting with Dr. Stephen Strange. How can you go deeper into the character of Stephen Strange? This is a guy who's been through a lot in the last several years. What effect does that have on somebody so powerful? That's exciting, And beyond all that, he's just a great adventurer. A great adventure hero you just like to watch kick ass. A very curious statement indeed. And in truth, Strange is an adventurer in his own right. And he was someone who lost 5 years because of the snap, so seeing how the world and universe was thrown together might get him to go exploring to see what he has missed. Of course, he might have some help getting motivation. Scarlet Witch.
Elizabeth Olsen is currently in London right now. She's shooting the film Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness with director Sam Raimi, star Benedict Cumberbatch, and the rest of the cast.
Okay, we're not going to talk about everything that happened in WandaVision because very little of it made sense. But let's roll with it and give you the highlights. In essence, with the loss of Vision and the life she wanted to have, Wanda had a mental breakdown that caused her powers to go berserk. Eventually, she found out that she was the Scarlet Witch. Of legend, it was Agatha all along, and that she had the power to rival the Sorcerer Supreme. At first, Wanda rejected the title to defeat Agatha and restore order. But then, in an ending sequence, we see that she was using the evil book known as the Darkhold to search the multiverse for what she had lost. In this case, the children she had created while she was with Vision in her pretend world. So, many believe that the Multiverse of Madness will be about Wanda trying to go from universe to universe to find her children in order to be whole. And it'll be up to Stephen Strange to bring her back without unraveling all of reality. You know, that whole thing. And to be clear, we know that Wanda is going to be in this movie. Though, there are reports of something else coming for them all.
And joining them is a new fan favorite character from the comics, America Chavez, played by Xochitl Gomez.
Shumagorath. Shumagorath is not a name that many casual Marvel Comics fans will know. But this is an elder god of the Marvel Universe and recurring enemy to Stephen Strange. And some rumors state that he will be the main antagonist in the Multiverse of Madness. One report states that this monstrous interdimensional entity is pursuing the reality-jumping America Chavez, also confirmed for the film, because he wants to take control of her, using her powers to gain complete control of the multiverse. If that is true, then it's possible that Strange goes and contacts Wanda because of her own universe-warping powers to go and take the Elder God down, and things go crazy from there. It's honestly hard to say, given that the movie is not out yet. The multiverse itself.
This film hits theaters March 25th, 2022, and we're really pushing the boundaries of storytelling with this thrilling, scary, mind-bending adventure.
Many people were honestly shocked when the title of Multiverse of Madness was unveiled for the simple reason that the MCU had only lightly touched upon this concept before. However, before Loki, the upcoming What If and potential Spider-Man No Way Home, which is supposedly the live-action Enter the Spider-Verse, the multiverse is opening up, and that means there's a lot of potential things going on that could affect the film. Many people expect past or present members of the MCU to be in the film as alternate versions of themselves, thus lending to the madness part of it all. It also could be that Strange and Scarlet Witch go to worlds where the Avengers failed, and thus they see the consequences of what happens if they were to fail on their own world, thus driving the two mad. Again, it's hard to say given all that's going on. Setting up the future.
Not only will Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness connect directly to the events of WandaVision, but it will also connect to the events of our new Spider-Man film coming to theaters December 2020.
The other big question is how this film will go and push the MCU forward in a meaningful way. By that, we mean that every Marvel film aims to help expand the universe, even if only in a tiny way. Yes, we are getting the multiverse in full view and the arrival of America Chavez, but by the end of it, what will have changed? Will Stephen truly be Sorcerer Supreme? Will Wanda have shaken the temptation of the Darkhold? What will their multiverse adventure show them? We'll have to find out when the movie arrives in March of 2022. So, what do you think? What do you think of this look at Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness and all that might just happen with it? Do you think that this film will help elevate Doctor Strange's status so that we don't have to wait 6 years for his next movie? How do you think this will advance the story of the Scarlet Witch? And what will be shown in this Multiverse of Madness? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.